Hello fight fans and real fight fans, let's get it real. I did predict 2 weeks ago that Moses and Tamu would beat the body snatcher Dylan White in what I called a fixed arranged rounds 1, 2 or 3 fight. Well, you can have your opinion on that. If I go back a couple of years ago, whatever it was, somewhere around that time, Anthony Joshua against Francis Ngannou, I predicted a round 1 or 2 knockout in the way of Joshua, yeah, because they're like a billion-pound entity, and so is, Moses Atamu. But Dillian White's on his way out, and the body snatcher, the man that gives it all, yeah, the man that goes out there and gives absolutely everything, warrior, but don't throw a punch. Francis Ngannou, one of the most feared men in the world, come from this MMA background, took on Tyson Fury. I actually didn't think he was going to do any good with Tyson Fury. Does very good with Tyson Fury, and then of course when he fights Anthony Joshua, the milestone is that he does a much better job and Fury does, so we can get this £500,000 fight on. What happens, of course, in my opinion, the way's already paved, yeah, the story's already written, because he didn't throw a punch back, yeah. Now, it's just coincidental. I go back to a fight, I'll tell you one that springs to mind. I go back to a fight probably around 1991 approximately, and it was when two British fighters. It was Britain's the great, brilliant Lennox Lewis against the very good, brilliant Glenn McCrory. Well, Glenn McCrory was a cruiserweight, come up into the heavyweight division. Now he was outpowered, outgunned. He was on the end of a severe beating, was McCrory. But I'll show you a little clip. The man fires back. Yeah.
He'll have to be more mobile, do a couple of little punches, maybe change his mind. But this can't continue much longer. McCrory's just doing completely as he pleases. That was the uppercut that messed up, as he pleases. Not the slightest worried what's coming back from McCrory. Just totally dominating. The best on the block of the contact on the size of oh, the right hand up and back. So McCrory's managing to prevent his clean punches landing, but as soon as Lewis lands coming away,
he fires back. Probably knowing he still can't win, but he still tries, he fights. He's a fighter. It's his nature. The body snatcher's meant to be a warrior, but he didn't fire back. Why didn't he fire back? In my opinion, he was paid not to fire back. Because if you fire back and you're an heavyweight and you hit somebody on the chin, you stop this £1 billion prospect. £1 billion prospect. Not million, billion. Now, what makes me so sure it's a business? We're going to get maximum 12, 14 million out of Dillian White. Time you take your fee out of that, it's not a lot. This guy's worth £1 billion. He's going to have a £500 million super fight. Tyson Fury, AJ, nearly had one fight, 500 million. So two of those makes £1 billion, I think, as we equate to it. Right, so use at least £1 billion. And don't get me wrong, Moses Atamu is a fantastic, super talent. But look, the fight, he just comes in, he taps to the body, taps to the head, taps to the body. This bloke's covering up. What's the reason for it? The body snatcher, 4 months in camp, yeah? As fit as a butcher's dog, one of the most gamest men out there. Just by a tap and 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 a tap, and we go back to the ropes and we can't fire back. Because we're paid handsomely well not to fire back. That's my opinion. Am I a conspiracy theorist? Well, you look at the Ngannou fight with Joshua, and you look at this fight with Moses and the body snatcher. No lever coming back. Very tame for men who are meant to be very game. The other fight that I highlighted a while back was the bloke that threw the most left hands ever, Otto Wallin, in a fight, broke a record, fights AJ, don't throw a jab. So you tell me, fight fans, we got to get real. Watch this stuff. Am I just a, I know I'm a gypsy, am I looking into the crystal ball? Can I see into the future? No, I don't. I haven't got my mother's old crystal ball, trust me. It's just right there for me and you and the world to see. And if we pay in and buy into these big card fights, we're part of it. I'll watch it on some type of stick or whatever it was, but of course the undercard was always going to be much better. But 1, 2 and 3, money down, yeah, easy money. Rounds 1, 2 and 3, it's 1, wasn't it? So we went to round 4, wouldn't be impressive. He then wouldn't be doing any different to Tyson Fury, done boom, 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 bash, done, you know. We know he's been put out, but we've been put out by throwing leather back. Of course, he got done by Povetkin with a shot, the body snatcher, but he was beaten on Povetkin. He was having a go with Tyson Fury, he was just outclassed, and he walked onto one. Yeah? So we do know that he was having a go with Anthony Joshua. He's fighting back. He walked onto one. Nothing wrong with walking onto one, but on this occasion he just covered and cowered up because he was paid to, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Can you really final word I want to say on this? Glenn McCrory in the 90s, a sort of a modern historic, whatever you want to call that era. At least give it a go out in his shield. When people come to me and say the modern heavyweight, the likes of Tommy Farr and Joe Louis would never live with them and all this, and the Rocky Marcianos, take it back, mate. They had hearts as big as the moon. Yeah, trust me. If they had the knowledge of putting on 20 or 30 pound, they would have still been the great heavyweights of today, without any question of a doubt. Let me know what you think anyway. For me, it was a paved, it was already paved, the script was already written, not Moses Atama's fault, but we got some blame in that, boxing. See you later. In the meantime,